Are you considering a move to Michigan, particularly the city of Troy? If so, this video is going to be for you. Hi there, my name is Tiffany T. I'm a realtor here in the state of Michigan, serving primarily Oakland, Macomb, Wayne, and Washtenaw, and some parts of Monroe County. I have been doing so since 2012, and I absolutely find pride and joy in serving my seller and my buyer clients. Today, we're going to be talking about the pros and cons of the city of Troy. So, Troy is a city in Oakland County. The population ranges between around 87 to 89,000. It is one of the most affluent cities within Oakland County. And cities surrounding Troy are going to be Rochester Hills, Clawson, Birmingham, and Sterling Heights. So let's get right into these pros and cons. So con number one is going to be traffic congestion. Troy is known for being a major hub for job and commercial space for headquarters of businesses. And with that, there's often traffic going in and out, particularly during peak work hours. You're going to see it on your major roads like your 75 highway, and then there's also Big Beaver, where a major mall is, and a ton of, again, commercial buildings, as well as Crooks Roads. So traffic congestion is a con that is considered when you're thinking about Troy and your travel, both travel time as well as just having lots of people in one area, in one space, trying to get in and out at the exact same time. So con number two for Troy is going to be limited walkability. There is no specific downtown. Most of the amenities are spread out, and so you are going to use your vehicle for just about everywhere that you go. So as you can kind of see with con number one, if you always are having to use your car and then you've got the traffic congestion, that can definitely start turning out to be kind of a con for residents and even those who do visit the city. So if you're looking for a space that does have a walkable downtown, just consider and keep in mind that Troy does not. Now, it does have a ton of amenities, but they are going to be pretty spread out, and you are going to have to use your vehicle to get to and from. Con number three is going to be limited public transit. Compared to other larger cities, Troy does not have a ton of bus routes. Comparison to like a Detroit that has over 200, Troy has about 5 to 6. They do have services for like the disabled and senior citizens, but just as far as the general population, there is very limited public transit getting in and out of the city. And con number four for the city of Troy is going to be a higher cost of living. It is going to be higher than the Michigan average, from housing costs to taxes to just expenses that are within the city amenities. They do have higher end stores. They have the Somerset collection, which is a higher end mall. And then there's also a lot of high end restaurants. And so the cost of living for just being in the city of Troy overall is going to be higher than that average. And with that, it can deter residents who are looking for cost of living an average or below average. And it is a very competitive market. So when you have competitive market, it also pushes prices up even more. So definitely considering the cost of living is going to be important if you're looking into moving to the city of Troy. And con number five is kind of in line, pretty much in line with con number two. So I feel like we're going to be a little light on Troy because it is just about the same, where we talked about the limited walkability. There is no downtown. There is not much nightlife. There is not much, just late night entertainment. Again, this city is known much more for their commercial, much more for their business, not so much for nightlife. So if you're kind of looking for that nightlife being within that city that you live in, being able to get up and go to a downtown that is close to your home, you're not going to find that in the city of Troy. And so that is something that is considered a con for residents or those who are looking to enter that city. Now, keep in mind as we move on to the pros. Cons and pros are coming from residents. They're coming from past residents. They're coming from future residents who have looked into the city. And so I always say this, that someone else's pro can be a con to you, and someone else's con can be a pro to you. So if any of these sound contradicting, listen, these are not my pros and cons. These are literally from data of past, future, and present residents. So now we're going to move into the pros for the city of Troy. Pro number one is that this is a highly recognized city. That's right. This city constantly ranks as one of the best places to live in Michigan for the quality of life. Again, when we talked in the con about the cost of living being a little bit higher, that's for those who may not look at, the quality of life that it offers, or they're looking more so at their budget versus what the city offers. So it is definitely a city that the affluent looks into. It's definitely a city where people actually take the quality of life as a priority when they're looking to purchase a home. So again, Troy is going to be ranked among some of the top places to live when recommending the state of Michigan as a home, whether you are already a Michigander or you're coming in from out of state. Pro number two for the city of Troy is going to be safety. The crime levels in the city of Troy are constantly ranked below average. Residents state and acknowledge that they feel safe, that they don't deal with lots of crime. And again, keep in mind, this is data from what other residents have shared, and safety is very important. And again, it goes hand in hand with the quality of life. And so these are definitely some pros that a lot of residents have acknowledged when you're looking into the city of Troy. Pro number three is going to be top rated schools. So Troy School District regularly earns high rankings in test scores, academic, college readiness, and much more. Looking for high quality schools for your elementary, middle, and high school, Troy is definitely ranked among the top in the state. And going along with number three, pro number four is going to be that it is family friendly. The school rankings alone constantly draws families in. But in addition to the school rankings, the community events that the city holds, as well as park and recreation center and so many family programs, this is definitely a pro within the city of Troy, being ranked as a great place to raise a family. So pro number five is going to talk a little bit into what con number one was kind of not loving so much with that traffic congestion, and that is a strong economy and job market. Again, Troy is considered the commercial hub. It's a major employment hub. That's right, thousands of businesses, headquarters, from corporate offices to tech jobs, engineering, finances, and so much more. And this makes for low unemployment rates and high income. And pro number six, as you can probably suspect, is going to be housing market and the property values. Despite it being higher cost, it is still very much so attractive to residents and to buyers, again, looking for those amazing affluent neighborhoods. There are a ton of well-maintained homes with great resale value, family-friendly neighborhoods. But you also, if you're looking for modern, they also have neighborhoods and communities that offer modern condos and just newer updated properties as well. And so there's so much opportunity within the housing market in the city of Troy. Pro number seven is going to be lifestyle and amenities. Troy is also home, again, with it being the commercial and employment hub, that includes those amenities and lifestyle. It's not just corporate businesses, but it is shopping, it's retail, it's restaurants and dining. Troy is home to the Somerset Collection, Somerset Mall, which is known for upscale retail and high-end stores. And we're going to close out our pros with number eight, which is location and accessibility. You will have access to major highways, particularly I-75, 696, and M59. If you get on one of those freeways, you are looking at a rough drive to Detroit at about 25 minutes or so. But if you're not going toward Detroit, you're going the opposite way. Again, the access to the freeway is extremely easy, making it easy to get in and out of the cities, even for things, that was a con. If you want to get to a downtown, or you want to get to a city that does have nightlife, it's not hard to access those cities because you get straight on the highway and make your way there. So again, when you're looking at pros and cons, you just have to see what works for you and what doesn't. And usually I find that most cons can be outweighed by some kind of pro, and vice versa. So, in summary, Troy is known for its high quality of life, top schools, family friendly, a strong job market, safety, and a great housing market. So, if you think this city sounds like a place that you would be interested in touring, taking a look at some of the beautiful homes that are here, I would love the opportunity to chat with you. Just have a quick conversation, whether you're here locally and we can go and look at a few homes, or if you're again coming in from out of state, coming in from out of country, we can always do some videos where we can start to check those out until you can make it locally. But either way, if this is a city that you want to go a little more in depth in, I love the opportunity to chat with you. You can feel free to shoot me a text or give me a call, and I look forward to talking with you, and I'll see you in the next video.